On this night, on this stage, Gord Downie seemed consumed by an inner fire. Seemed to rage against the dying of his own light. The Tragically Hip's farewell concert in August 2016 was an extraordinary event. Unifying, inspiring, brave. It was a celebration and a goodbye for a national treasure. The path to a uniquely Canadian stardom, to the status of national icon, wasn't obvious. The Tragically Hip started off in the 1980s as a group of school friends who became mainstays on the bar circuit. Hard scrabble musicians who gave it their all, night after night.
It's a neat feeling being up there with your buddies. And a lot of times in the most adverse conditions, the gigs are the best for us because we have a good time. So that's our foremost preoccupation up there, just to have a good time ourselves.
Their success was a slow burn. The Hip would become a household name in Canada. But like many artists before and since, the group looked south of the border for validation, for a sense that they'd really made it.
I mean, you can do as well as you want in Canada, but you're not really legitimate until you've done well in the United States.
It is my honor to introduce to America my friends, the Tragically Hip.
They pushed hard for recognition in the U.S., playing Saturday Night Live in 1995. Still, commercial success in the U.S. eluded them. But home was a different story.
The Tragically Hip!
The Tragically Hip!
The Tragically Hip!
Here, they were Canada's big secret, adored and celebrated, regardless of whether the rest of the world had heard of them or not. And so, a Canadian love story grew, a sense of home that would weave itself into words and song.
Here we are on the highway.
Critics noted the intensity, the beauty of Downie's lyrics. No surprise then, when he released a book of poetry.
Here we are beside each other after everything we've said.
Downie kept honing his own voice on several solo projects, but never strayed far from playing with his old friends.
We feel like there's more to do, there's more to accomplish. The writing as a collective is unique, and maybe other people don't realize it, but we know it.
After decades, his artistic fire was still burning bright. And why news of Downie's illness was so stunning.
Bit of an emotional day today.
In the spring of 2016, his management and doctors delivered the grim prognosis.
It's unfortunately not a curable tumor.
Mixed with the shocking news was what seemed an improbable plan.
Yeah, he was like, yeah, I want to go play these songs for people.
The promise to tour the country one last time had fans scrambling to get tickets. And as shows sold out...
Oh my God, the energy was just fabulous.
The most emotional show I've ever seen in my life.
I'm a stranger.
What emerged, too, was Downie's intent to use his remaining time to bring more attention to Indigenous issues.
And so now we have the chance to build something that will allow us down here and them up there to realize that makes us a country. That's 150, well, the last 150 years aren't as much worth celebrating as we think.
Downie released a record, an accompanying book and short film called The Secret Path. It's the story of Charlie Wenjack, a 12-year-old Indigenous boy who died while walking the railroad tracks after escaping a residential school in 1966.
I navigate the mud.
It was a bold indictment of past injustices, and Downie was recognized for his contribution, receiving the Order of Canada.
Somewhere in your life, you took time to believe in our people.
And a special honor by the Assembly of First Nations. It was as if Downie was doing his final part to better define the country he called home. At the now famous concert from Kingston, Ontario, simulcast and watched by millions, a call to the Prime Minister and to fans to right those wrongs. And it was on that final note that Gord Downie took his final bow, all the while refusing to go gently. Joanna Rimmeliotis, CBC News, Toronto.